All right, everyone, another week of this. This is what we've been working up to. Here we go with some fancy math names, right? We just can't say a degree of 2 or a degree of 3, of course. As you know, we're going to have to give them some sort of weird names to go with things, right? We've been working up to it. So before we get started, I just want to say hi. Hope you and your families are doing okay. I hope the work isn't too much. I appreciate all of you guys really getting into the work for our class and getting things done. I hope everyone's happy and healthy. All right, enjoy the weather. Hopefully it's getting better soon. All right, so nothing to do on this page, but you do need to refer back to this page. So if anything, again, write these names down, put them somewhere. I've put them on the next few slides for you, okay? Here we go, just a quick going over. If it has a degree of 0, that would just be like the number 3 with no exponents. It would be called a constant, nothing fancy. If it had a degree of 1, and we'll do a couple of these again, we got a few examples coming. The fancy word is linear. A degree of 2 is quadratic. You've actually graphed these with us already before break. A degree of 3 would be cubic. 4th degree, that word is quartic. 5th degree, it's quintic. And 6 or more, we just call it a 6th degree or 7th degree or 8th degree, whatever. And we're not going to get that high, don't worry. But again, all you have to identify is the number and then just come back and find the fancy word, okay? No memorizing, no quizzes coming up, none of that fancy business. Please just use this chart. Next, we got the terms. If there's only one term, that would be a monomial. I'm going to quickly write something with just one term. That would be something like 4x. That's one term. If it had 2 terms, that might be something like 4x plus 2. That would be a binomial. That would be 2 terms. If it had 3 terms, maybe it's 4x cubed plus 2x plus 1. I don't know. And then hopefully you notice that there's 1, 2, 3 terms. And you've been naming these. We did great last week. That's called a trinomial because there's 3 things here. This is a binomial because there's 2 things, and a monomial because there's 1 thing. And then if it had 4 more, they're called polynomials. So we don't have to get any higher. It's just fancy. It's just polynomials. Here we go. All right, next slide. Let's name some of these guys. I suggest we write these down. So let's write down the degree. Let me get the pen. There we go. Let's write down the degree. So the degree here would be a degree of 2, right? That's because of this is the largest exponent. And we need to write the fancy name down. So if we look over here at our chart, we find a degree of 2, degree, that's the first one up here. 2 is quadratic. So all you have to write down for us for the answer now is quadratic. I'm not great at writing. Then you got to find out the number of terms. And again, you did all this last week, so this isn't fancy. There are also, oddly enough, 2 terms. Here's one whole term, and here's the second whole term, so there are 2 terms. If we come over here to our fancy little chart for terms, 2 is called a binomial. So all you have to write down is binomial. And I know those words are new, but again, please use these charts. Let's try the next one. Down here we have the degrees, right? 6, 3, 1, and this guy is a degree of 0. So the highest degree here is 6. So if we look over here at our chart for degrees, 6 or more is called 6th degree. That's, I know, a pretty odd one, right? We're going to just write down 6th degree. Cool. Then we're going to do the terms. Here we go. I'll do this in red. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So then come over here and find 4 terms on our chart. 4 more is just called a polynomial, nothing else. So you would just write 6th degree polynomial. I realize I put an M where I meant to have an N. I'm sorry. There we go, polynomial. All right, last one, C. There's a little 1 right here, right? And that's our degree. So our degree for this guy is 1. According to our chart for degrees, a 1 is called linear. So we will write down linear. I am having a hard time spelling. There we go, linear. And then we will write the number of terms. I kind of ran out of space here. There is one term here. So one term is called a monomial. It's right there. Monomial. All right, but beside my chicken scratch, I know. I hope you're following that, or at least rewind. We got one more slide where I want you to do the 3 examples. But when we get there, here we are. Remember to hit pause. Hit pause, try these 3 on your own, and then hit play and quickly go through the answers and see what in the world I tried to scribble on here. All right, here we go. So the degree for this one, the degree would be 3. I'm just going to write down the answer, so you would just write down cubic. It's all you need to write down, nothing more. For the terms, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. If I look down below, 4 terms is called a polynomial. That's the answer. All you have to write down, cubic polynomial. In B, there is a degree of 0 here, right? There's no exponent. So that is just called a constant. I know I haven't mentioned that one yet, but there it is, right? Degree of 0 is a constant. We did this before. Excuse me. And there is only one term there. One term is called a monomial. Monomial. There it is. Those are the 2 answers you need. And the last one at the bottom, I know, big fancy one, sure, just trying to trick you. You know I always like to challenge a tiny bit. This is an 8. So a degree of 8 is not on my chart, right? But it does say 6 or more. We call it 6th degree, 7th degree, 8th degree. So that would be called just 8th degree. Nothing fancy to write there. And the next one is terms. Well, there are 1, 2, 3 terms, and that would be called a trinomial. All right. Review this as much as you can. I shortened the note sheet today. It's only 4 questions. I just want you to do 4 of them. You got to do double the work with naming both of these guys with the fancy words. You will need this sheet, though, or this little video. Just kind of pull it up as you're doing them or go back and forth, because I'm not able to get the terms all written on our note sheet up here, okay? So do the little sheet with it. Don't have to submit it to me unless you want me to check the answers. Have a nice day.